Folks, stop commenting on Jan for Brainrot for a while because I might have found a content farm that caters the best adult brainrot. Hear me out. Unhinged home design videos are actually good and helpful content, and out of all content farm videos that I've seen, this one has somewhat sense to it. Anyway, maybe some of you still has not come across this masterpiece because perhaps your FYP is still clouded with book talk videos or whatnot, but basically, Unhinged Home Design, which is what they're called collectively, are series of satirical animated videos on interior design primarily created by these TikTok accounts. Actually, we're not sure about that since these videos get downloaded and re-uploaded by other people a lot, but somebody from knowyourmeme.com commented that these videos are actually from a Chinese website called bilibili.com. No, .com, not .tv. And then you just gotta type these Chinese characters right here, which translates to exploded coffin room, so that you can find the Unhinged home design videos easily. Anyway, these videos, mainly from this account, show step-by-step procedure on how they would renovate a small room to a fully functional space. I mean, that sounds like a great content alone, right? And as an interior design enjoyer, especially interior designs created in exquisite interior design softwares like Sims 4 and Minecraft, I really like seeing how other people, or in this case, AI, would turn a challenging small space to a more livable home. But what really made me hooked into these series of videos is the humor and how these videos are animated, which is quite entertaining. I don't know what it has, perhaps a hypnotizing element hidden in it, but that shit was satisfying. To see Little John finally have a comfortable bed to sleep in, made of galvanized square steel, eco-friendly wood veneers, and expansion screws borrowed from Aunt makes my day. I need at least 3 of these videos for each day of my life. And I get that some of the placements of furnitures in our sections in some of the rooms do not make sense. For example, this whole thing going on here. Who in their right mind would cook next to a toilet? Also, a shower right over it too. I'm sorry, but I don't think water retaining strips and a folding door being installed will prevent leaks from that shower and toilet combination. It's probably still going to flood in that room, and I bet Little John's going to have more fun when that happens, because it seems that he actually loves danger. I mean, he even has a pet tiger in that coffin room. And in this specific video, it shows that the initial head placement is even underneath that loft situation. So it's really suggested that you live dangerously, just like our dead old Little John here. Actually, that section is so problematic that I can't help but think that if somebody ever idolized Little John so bad to the point that they'd be replicating one of his New York houses, specifically this one, that loft flooring right there is just gonna collapse right straight to their face. Which kind of reminds me of those safety videos on TikTok, which is a contender for Unhinged Home Design, actually, because this one is just great brain rot content as well. Future me didn't expect that I'd be saying the word great and brain rot in one sentence, but these content farm creators are the only exception. I mean, they have the most fitting concept for such topic, you know? Not to mention they could actually have a crossover, like these dudes could work as construction workers for Little John, expanding his coffin room with galvanized square steel, and then have this kind of accident. Okay, maybe that's enough. Going back, questionable placements of furnitures and or home sections might not be the only issue with Little John. It is also obviously questionable why Little John would rather buy a small apartment when he has the budget to even extravagantly renovate it. You know, illegally expand a house with the best renovating material ever, the galvanized square steel, which I'd say is deserving of criticism. But, the reality is that Little John is not reality. But anyway, how did it get to the point that Little John is taking over almost 70% of the adult brain and cause these people have unusual construction materials like galvanized square steel and eco-friendly wood veneers a part of their everyday thoughts like? Well, I guess it's because we're bored and really don't like our lives much. Most specifically our houses, or actually we don't have houses, so our apartments rather. And we resort to watching home improvement videos in hopes we get to do that sometimes to at least get rid of the boring parts of the house that we'd be living in for, I don't know, the rest of our lives. And I guess that's just really a growing up thing. I mean, look at all the interior design shows that were created for the older generations throughout the years. That's crazy. And it's even crazier when you go search for apps that helps you with interior design. Like, there's just tons of it as well. And my favorite, the games. The games that actually were childhood games of the younger millennials, and older Zoomers, mainly Sims and Minecraft, has features that makes you design a home. And that feature actually only got seriously focused on by these gamers when they hit their adulthood. We play Sims now not because we want to woohoo anymore. We play it because we want to try to create a house design that's been in our heads for a while. That's what we play that game for. I mean, why do you think these Sims 4 home designer channels have lots of people invested in them? Anyway, let's go back to Lil Jon. Actually, I was keeping Lil Jon for a while because I don't want it to be so popular and cause bad internet craziness. But we really can't control that. And so now we have this guy. I mean, he does kind of look like Lil Jon, but please stop. We already have these people acting like NPCs. Don't add up to the problem. I'm not saying they suck or whatever. They're actually good. The fact that they can really be convincing, but it's just cringe. Okay, but where's the good, helpful, and sensible content I'm talking about? Well, honestly, some videos really are good, helpful, and sensible when they're not renovating Lil Jon's coffin rooms and trying to squeeze in a kitchen and bathroom in such tiny space. Look at this one, for example. I mean, sure, kids can't do that, but if you're a grown adult who wants to hear your inner child and kind of want to experience having a secret room within your small bedroom, this actually is pretty decent. Besides, lots of people are doing these loft-style bedrooms, especially during the pandemic, because they want to maximize their room for a gaming setup, because everybody's a gamer now since that era. And even if most of the videos now usually does not make sense, since, I don't know, they kind of notice a lot of people watch the most ridiculous designs featuring Lil Jon, his coffin houses, and of course, his free special construction materials. The fact that people are aware that at least 80% of these videos are solely just comedy and still have the consciousness to question stuff makes it good, helpful, and sensible all in one. Because by seeing these videos, people would know what are the things to not do to their house, and that's basically it. There's way too much shows, apps, and games that shows us what we should do, but not enough like Unhinged Home Design that shows us what we shouldn't do. Unless you want to get sued for illegally expanding a room or whatnot, then that's your decision.